Today is rest and regulate. And I think that we have really talked about and now we're implementing really the basics of recovery. And that is to have less threat and danger going on in our system and more of safety. I mean, that's what really it comes down to is, and also how we respond to adversity. You know, those things are really the money in this, and it can't be done with pressure, and it can't be done with, you know, some outcome that we need to have. It can be like a very small moment in your day, you know, a breath when you felt a little tightness, dropping your shoulders, you know, before an appointment. Every time we do that, we're lowering the threat physiology and increasing the feeling of safety. And our nervous system is receiving that new message, and so is our brain. Don't need to protect this person. They're doing pretty well. So we're really beginning to understand, you know, this, and just experiencing the fact that this isn't just physical. You know, I really thought it was. I really thought that this was just a physical ailment that I needed to find the right expert that could help me get out of it. But I think we are also realizing that it's deeply connected to our emotional world, like it or not, and our nervous system. So the work becomes, let's lower this threat. Let's increase the safety in our body. Because when, as we know, our body feels like when our system feels like it's under threat, whether from symptoms or through stress or fear, or as we've noticed, even our own thoughts, our body will shift into that protective state. And in that state, it's just really a lot harder to heal. So today's about learning how to gently guide our system out of threat, back into safety. And the good news is this is something that we can practice and learn, creating those new pathways. And so we're going to be using that analogy today, or metaphor, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of from David Hanscom's work too, and I've been really on a roll with him lately because it resonates so much. And he talks about, you know, a hurricane as well. So let's just do a little visualization, and it's also going to be a guided practice. So you can get comfortable however you want. You can be laying down, you can be sitting back. You can be having your breakfast. It doesn't matter, just come as you are. But if you can picture that there's a hurricane, you know, and what that looks like with the wind, and, you know, everything's kind of circling, and the outer edges look really chaotic and fast and intense. But in the center, there's an eye. And the eye is calm. It's still. It's quiet. And our internal experience can be like that. So the storm can be like our threat physiology, the racing thoughts, the fear, the symptoms. And we might get pulled into that chaotic part without even realizing it. Because thoughts just might enter us, or we notice that a symptom comes up, or that an emotion is here, fear, worry, hopelessness. And we can't always stop these storms. But what we can do is learn how to come back to our center. Because healing happens in safety. In that calm, regulated, parasympathetic state. That's where your body can restore, repair, and settle. So really the work isn't about eliminating the storm. It's recognizing when we're pulled into it. Either the chaos of fight or flight, the sympathetic, or even the shutdown. And we can gently guide ourselves back to the I. So let's practice that now together. If you haven't already, maybe closing your eyes to go inward, but always knowing it's perfectly fine to keep your eyes open. And just begin to notice that you're here. And there's no need to change anything right away. Just allowing your body to arrive here. But as your awareness draws inward to your inner landscape, just noticing that. What's here right now as you sit and drop in? Thoughts. Sensations. Emotions. And you might begin to sense, have I been pulled into the storm? Do I have that feeling of things being fast or intense? Or sometimes the opposite, heavy, shut down, disconnected, immobilized. So just noticing without judgment, but with some curiosity. And if the answer is yes, just acknowledging that, oh, I'm in the storm right now. I'm in the hurricane. There's no judgment. There's no blame or shame. No reason to be self-critical. This is just something that our nervous system does to protect us. And just that awareness, it's already one step toward the center, toward the I. So imagining now that you're inside that hurricane, maybe on the outer edges. There's movement, noise, intensity, wind spinning around you. Everything might feel unsettled. That's what it can feel like when your system is in threat. But somewhere within the storm, there is an I, a center, a calm, a stillness, quiet. And it's not something you have to create. It's already there. And what you're doing right now, breathing, grounding, loosening tension, dropping in, those are all small steps toward moving to the center. So just noticing your breath, noticing the speed, the depth. If it's coming from your nose or your mouth. And we're not forcing. And we're not even fighting the storm. We're just allowing our body to settle within that chaotic state around us. Tapping into our inner resources of strength, calm, resilience, and peace. So again, taking a slow breath in through your nose, and then a long, relaxed exhale, also out your nose. It's just like you're releasing some of that wind around you, some of that intensity, bringing this calm state from the inside even to your outer world. So again, breathing in, maybe extending the exhale slowly, steadily, easy. And just continue breathing like this. Each longer exhale is another step closer to the center. Breathing in relaxation and letting go of tension and burdens. And now, if it feels okay, begin to add a gentle hum on the exhale. Just a soft, steady sound. Feeling the vibration in your chest, your throat. I can mute so you can feel free to. There, everybody's muted, so. You know that this gentle humming helps activate the vagus nerve. It's a pathway in your body that signals safety. and the humming and activating the vagus nerve just helps your system shift out of threat and into calm. Just like moving away from the chaotic edges of the hurricane. And closer to that sweet spot, to the eye of the storm, where it's calm and quiet. And allow the sound of the hum to be soothing. Like you're really calming the storm from the inside. Again, we're breaking up the high winds. And the spinning out of the outer edges. So just a couple more soft breaths in and humming on the way out. Just feeling that all throughout the body. And our final practice would be just offering a gentle massage on your face. So let's begin around our jaw. It might feel good to use your hands, and you can either use some nice soft strokes, or it might feel good to go in circles, one way and then the other. Maybe starting underneath your ear, back of your sides of your throat, over to the jawline, over your cheeks, and drifting up slowly, maybe on your inner ear, right up to your temples. And this is slow, kind, intentional. It's like you're reassuring your system, I'm here, and I've got you. Just taking a breath in, and on the exhale, you might just lower your hands and notice, has anything shifted, even slightly? Maybe the storm, the hurricane feels a little less intense. Maybe there's a little bit more space. Or maybe just awareness. All of that counts. And now, imagine yourself arriving at the eye of the storm, right at the center. Where it's quiet, it's still, and it's safe. The storm may still be happening around you, but here, in this space, it's calm. And just resting here for a moment, letting your body feel what safety might be like. Just imprinting this in your mind and body. This imagery, this metaphor. You are the eye of the storm. And knowing you can always return here again and again, and often begins with just that simple moment of awareness. Oh, I've been pulled into the storm, and then gently coming back. So taking one more breath in, and on a long, steady exhale, just allow your shoulders to soften, your body to settle. Maybe opening your eyes when you're ready and coming back to this space. And as we wrap up, just remembering it's not the stress itself, it's the body's response to it. We can't stop the storms, but we can learn to come back to the center, starting with when we know that we're pulled into the storm, and from there using our tools, even if it looks like a longer exhale, a gentle hum, a hand on our heart, a walk, anything we can do to calm our system and shift our chemistry back toward safety. And this is a learned skill. And the more you practice it, the easier it becomes to return to. We're not at the mercy of it. That's the good part. We have some autonomy and personal power. So that's the practice today. And like I said, I love these metaphors: the mountain, the lake, the hike on the mountain, and now the eye of the storm. So just take a moment integrating this. And when you feel ready, I'd really love to hear some reflections or how that landed with you this morning.